Ah, look. I didn't know people were still trying to make fucking things with that, and also... Yeah, I need to restart the game because it's just been going for a while, and when you stay in the menu for a while, the sound kinda, I guess, gets a bit funny. Let's restart this and see if it still captures. It should. It's just gonna take some trials and tribulations, I can tell you that much. Yes. Loud intros, why so fucking loud? Oh right, old game, I forgot. Well, let's see if we can get this to capture. Oh, you've been getting back to streaming yourself. I didn't just say anything. I mean, I had the most shitty internet imaginable up north, but I could have tried looking into that. But yes, as you can see, there's a vampire with the Clan Quest mod. I've seen this, not I, somebody saw this. Somebody I actually know immediately went over to tell me. There was like, people are still making mods for this particular old fucking game. Yeah, there they are. This people is quite beloved. Quite beloved indeed. For good reason. I haven't played this game, I think we played this once, also on either Christmas or New Year's, a few years back a little bit, if I remember this correctly. But we're talking about 2-3 years at the least, so it's been a while since I've been in this game, and I'm looking forward to it. Richard broke the stream for me. Yeah. That ads sometimes do that. I hate it. Look at that! What a nice little detail. They make a little... Okay, that was the worst fucking part I have ever tried to make, but it's cute. This particular mod adds a lot of cool... oh god, you need to watch the other. Don't worry, I'm just going to load the character creator for us. New game starts with creating a new character. Would you like to answer a series of questions? Fuck you, no. Go directly to the character sheet and set your character's clan, attributes, and abilities yourself. Yes, please. There they are. I did boot it up and I put my name in there, so we get our standard name. You can't see it because, well, my fucking face is right where the name is, but it doesn't really matter. You can't also see the fucking clan, so you get the whole text, so... I really don't know I'm watching the yet. What is that? Oh, really not lucky, are you, little Ermin? Now, while you're watching your ad, I'm just going to gush a little bit about this nonsense. And it's frozen. At this point, I have a distinct feeling it's not just Twitch that's fucking up, it sounds like your end is fucking up, little Ermin. Let's look at the clients, shall we? The Perugia. Fucking idiots. Basically, if you want to play closer to the anarchists, this is pretty much that clan here. They're also kind of, going for the whole Malay thing. And we have young girls. Bit too close to animals. They are basically, role-playing. This is basically vampires role-playing as, werewolves for some mystical reason. That's fun. Malkavian. That too gives you a very, very different playthrough if you play with Malkavian, because as we all know, Clan Malkavian is certifiably insane. Which makes every conversation you could ever have very, very, very... Thank you very much, Erwin. I will appreciate your 0.000, and actually I think you should add another 0 there, 1 cent. I shall drink myself stupid off of your money. You have my word. Actually, since today is the last day of the year, I also, for a bit later of course, because I'm still drinking coffee at the moment, have prepared myself a beer to enjoy while playing this. But yeah, what else do we have? The Nosferatu. This is the other alternative how to get a very, very, very different playthrough, because, well, if you look at this fucking bastard, even just going outside is quite literally a masquerade violation. And as you all know, the masquerade is a rather important thing. Yeah, if you play one of these motherfuckers, you will get very comfortable, or have to get very comfortable with the sewers of these cities, and I hated the sewers. I played with a Nosferatu once. I don't want to do it again. However, that means that you can get basically like, you can make 3 good playthroughs of this. You play one of the normal clans first, so you get basically all of the shit done. Then you can play as a Malkavian just to get all of the very different and interesting insights a crazy person can have. And then you play as a Nosferatu just to fuck with you. What else do we have? We have Toreador. These are the guys who are basically Well, yeah, they get high on smelling their own farts, quite literally, because they're just dead smacksy. Is that cat? It's just fat. I mean, come on, you know how pets kind of, adopt a somewhat samey way to their owners? Yeah, I'm not that. I, yeah, I should definitely, especially after the fucking Christmas time, lose some fucking weight again. Has he given birth before? I don't think he can, because I'm pretty sure he's a male. Pretty sure that giving birth is not really an option for him. What else do we have? Tremere. The guys were a bit more into magic. Male birth powder. Yeah, he's a bit fat. To be fair, he too got quite a little bit of extra food in the Christmas month, so let's just say he too has a distinct need for a bit of a dieting and sport regime, to put it mildly. And what else do we have? We have finished. Oh, the music is over. Oh, that is actually what should happen at some point in music, because, well, for some reason it's set up to just play once and then it's over, and then you get silence. Well, that's one way to interpret it. Personally, like to think my cat is basically, a big-bellied redneck at its heart, and it's just trying to live the dream that it is. But yeah, there we have the intro. Now here's something new that we haven't had before. History, which is kind of cute. Basically, that allows you to play around even more with things. And it changes things, like, the priorities, so that you get more variation. Basically, you can turn a Ventrue, which is this little motherfucker. I do like the Ventrue, to be fair. Kind of always felt like Ventrue are kind of very German at heart. But yeah, you now basically get a backstory which changes things around, so you can technically make yourself even more specialized, which is rather interesting. I saw this while booting up the game to make sure it actually, boots up, because, well, it's an old game, so, let's not question things. Instead, just accept things as they are. It's interesting. I don't even fucking remember how most of the skill system works, so it's kind of like, do I really want to change the order around? Because it seems like a bit of a bad idea, to be fair. But you can. There's some fun ones in here, like Adrenaline Junkie, which is basically means that you spend your time, because of course as a Ventrue you are born with a fucking silver spoon up your ass, and that silver spoon cannot be removed at all. But apparently this particular rich motherfucker in his lifetime has spent all of his time running around and well, engaging with the more extreme variants of sports and cracking bones and breaking bones and, well, basically become very, very tough, but on the other hand, he's dumber than a trail of dog shit, according to this particular nice little text here. Which doesn't really seem like a good deal, because, well, this game actually allows you quite a bit of things to do. And there's stuff like Diabolic, which sounds interesting, because, well, apparently you're possessed by a demon or something. Sounds interesting. To be fair, basically helps you with one thing, and you're basically always going to do a trade. I don't think I will engage with that too much. Actually, how does a female variant of this looks? I kind of figured you would wear some. We can go through the clans of the female models as well to see what we get into. Okay, let's look at look at skirt flying. Whee! Graphics, everyone. Graphics indeed. Yeah, I was about to say, that haircut though. Jesus Christ, you look like a fucking. That looks like the sort of lesbian that makes sure that the statistics on violence in such relationships stays high, doesn't she? Well, aside, yeah, I kind of figured that would look fucking horrible. Man, the Nosferatu, fuck. Honestly, I think proper vampire society at some point should probably eradicate the Nosferatus. They're just fucking. That actually does look that. Of course, she has a slut stamp. Hey, look, there's jiggling in the boobs. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nice. That reminds me of, what's her name? In the asylum? Jeanette. Yes, Jeanette. Oh, I look forward to meeting Jeanette. Jeanette is awesome. Not so much the fact that, well, let's not talk about this. I mean, in case someone on this fucking globe has not played this game before, let's not spoil that particular enjoyable. Actually, yeah, that reminds me. I want to do this. I need. What did you need it to make them coexist? I think it was persuasion and seduction, don't you? Yeah, the lady from the club in Santa Monica and her sister. I do love this particular storyline. It's awesome. It's not necessarily that surprising if you see it for the fucking 20th times, but it still was done very, very well. Yes. I think actually she's on the loading screen while we're progressing here. How does a gangrel look? Yeah, okay, so, but yeah. I kind of figured, okay, nothing too impressive. Bitch. Yeah, you look like one. Pretty. She too has a problem with engaging in same sex relationships that do not include violence. I'm pretty sure she's part of the statistics at this point. Ah, yeah. What clan would actually allow me to have. I do think Venture would actually do pretty damn well because I'm pretty sure the Venture do actually are pretty good at that whole uh, persuasion thing. So they basically only would need like the pointer zone seduction in order to actually get it. Because I do kind of like to do it. Yeah. So I also do plan on getting at least a little bit drunk. Well, not really, because one beer is not really gonna do much for me, but, well, I mean, I have to start somewhere. But for the moment, let's finalize, because the intro is, I think, unskippable, and, I mean, been a while, so I'm gonna watch it anyway. Ah, what do I have in my liquor cabinet left? I still have I have some gin, I have some vodka. Actually, I got a gift of, what was it, sake. That was interesting. An interesting choice. Rice wine. Haven't had that in a long while. Pretty sure I still have some nice little cups for that as well somewhere. Maybe opening that bottle today, because can't let it just sit around. It's kind of boring. But oh well. Actually, do we get, if we go to Premiere? Do we get? Yes, you get different backgrounds basically. Really nice touch, I think. And it kind of this is gonna it does has a bit more to do with the origin of the world of darkness, basically, which is the setting that we are kind of playing with. Um, yeah, I think I'm just going to go Ventru. That seems easy enough. Yeah. I think that's going to help with my plan to, at least with that particular thing. I don't actually know if that particular thing is reasonably something we need to. I mean, you don't need to, technically speaking, do it, but it's fun to do. Why not? I mean, I don't think we have enough time in one day to finish this game, because the game is actually kind of long. I mean, maybe we're gonna finish Santa Monica and do some things downtown, but well, okay. Let's see here. Points. Oh boy, I haven't dealt with this in a long while. Oh, there's actually a skip intro button. Well, that's nice. Mostly because, well, if you have played this game fucking dozens of times, at some point you might be willing to just skip it. That's new, isn't it? Blood buff. I don't think you could. Oh, I see. I see. Yes, yeah. It's actually an interesting change. Because I'm pretty sure that originally, if you use Blood Buff, you just basically got these stats up to 5 points. Well, temporarily, basically. But that helped really a lot with stuff like, for example, there's it, lockpicking, which is based in part of your dexterity. Meaning that you basically, with full points here, you could get this relatively high up and could basically engage with any lock, at least in Santa Monica, apart from I think one or two or so, that were like 8 or 10 difficulty. Okay, so that's not really an option any longer. That's good to know, because that is really good to know. And as eventually I get apparently a point in charisma. That I have with the persuasion, that's good. Persuasion is based off rhetoric in charisma. That's fair enough. So, okay, I get no physical points because I'm a fucking boardroom baby, basically. That's fair. Mental perception. That is range combat. Do I want to engage with range combat immediately? Nah, I think that's something I worry about later. For the moment, I think... Actually, don't the Venture get... Yeah, they get Fortitude, don't they? Does Fortitude still work as I remember it? Yes, and we have presence. That's actually a pretty damn viable combination, if memory serves, because presence is basically a nice debuff for everybody around you, while fortitude makes you very resistant to damage, which is pretty nice actually. It's a pretty nice team all around. So that might be something I might want to engage with. Lends itself, which is surprising, mind you, Deventry actually lent himself very well to a basically brawler style, melee combat style thing. Oh boy, it's gonna be interesting to engage with, isn't it? Since we get 1 point here anyway, and the question is now, do I want 1 point on blood buff, which would be 2 extra, so we get 2 extra points of that. I haven't made with this in a long while, so it's gonna be interesting. Also, I don't remember most of the passwords for the computers, so I probably want that as well. There's quite a lot here I want, honestly. For the moment, just give me more fortitude. You cannot really go wrong with fortitude, I would say. Mostly because, well, that's kind of really helpful. Really, at that. And then we get 3 points in knowledge, finance. I don't remember Hegel being of any importance. Inspection. Is that the one? Got the ability to notice in details, but both contribute to. Is that the one that makes objects in the world shiny? I don't fucking remember. Probably not important. What we will need is more Eurosoric for my little plan for Santa Monica. Smacking and I mean, how far can I get this? I mean, it's 3 at the moment. It's not bad. Skills, firearms, melee, security, and stealth. More lockpicking does seem appropriate. Because if I get this right now I have lockpicking 2. So if I use my blood buff, I would have lockpicking 3. Is that how it's going to be? Probably yes. Now, of course, in the original game, if you get the full blood buff, you basically can push your fucking lockpicking up by like 5 points, which is quite the treat, let's just say. Seduction. I do need 1 point in seduction at least. But Jeanette, of course. It's obvious. Do I want to get this point here, though? Intimidation, I don't think I need it if I have persuasion. Because, why would I intimidate somebody if I can just sweet talk them, basically? Dodge. That gives me defense. That is not bad. And brawl. Brawl is also not bad because your chance of successfully feeding off somebody unwilling is kind of based on that shit. So that is rather important. Mental. Gives me defense and more hacking. That sounds nice. That gives me research. I think research you only really need to read the skill books, isn't it? Oh god, I remember where the skill books are. But are they still there? Well, I remember most of the skill books, to be fair. I think I do. That's what gives me range and inspection. I only get 1 point here, though. So I guess we're gonna start with this, because, well, the defense sounds rather nice. I don't want to die unnecessarily often. That just gives me seduction, but I have 2 points here, and that gives me heckle intimidate. I don't care about this, and this gives me more persuasion, so setting this up is rather easy for me. Which puts me at persuasion 4, seduction 2. I think seduction 2 was enough for Jeanette. It's not enough to get any of the bitches in the club to actually, willingly let you suck them dry. Which is going to be a pain, because if I read that correctly, this game actually consumes blood by just letting time pass, which is fair, because that is how it should be. A vampire should get hungry over time. So there should be more of a need for us to feed, and having some, blood bags sitting around the clubs for us to pick up sounds like a very good thing to engage with. I think actually we're probably going to aim for these first, once we have our basic setup and we start gaining some experience, because 2 points plus, if we get this to the next level, plus 2 points would be 4. Yeah, so how much would this cost? Probably 8 points. I don't know. Disciplines have always been rather pricey to upgrade, if memory serves. But basically, if I get 2 points here and I get 3 points here, I can get to 5 buffed in a buffed state, which is probably good enough. Probably indeed. Okay, what else do I have? I still have some talents. And I have 1 point in knowledge left. So I could push my persuasion up to 5. And I think 5 was actually the persuasion you needed. For the sisters, wasn't it? So basically I could get this out of the way immediately. You don't really have to, because if you're just doing the side quests, oh god, that means we have to engage with the fucking the uh the Asian vampire, don't we? Ooh, I remember that fight. This game has many games of its generation, and in this particular engine, a bit of a problem with a rather uncomfortable combat system. I don't think it's going to be improving on that particular area. Oh, we're just gonna fucking get it out of the way. Give me some more persuasion, and I have 5, and that should be more than fucking enough to basically get anything out of people. In fact, actually, when you pick up the bomb, you don't even need to fight. You can just pick it up. And you don't even need to pay them, because you're just dead fucking telling the guy that. I remember trying that at one point. A very much so just communicative playthrough. Which is a pain, because you will have to engage with combat at some point or another. That was a hard beginning, and I think I'm practically building up to it having another fucking horrible experience, don't I? Yes, yes, I fucking do. Okay, fair enough. And seduction 2 should be more than enough for the beginning. Not enough to get bitches, but yeah, we can get bitches later. With the power of money, not so much good looks. Ooh, yeah, I think I actually paid a Toreador for that, didn't I? Yeah. Man, that was a pain in the ass to deal with. I mean, look, at least as a Ventru, you get Fortitude and Presence, which is a massive fucking combination you can get off the ground immediately. That helps you in any combat situation, because, well, you take less damage, and your enemies do less damage because they're debuffed. A very good combination for that. Which does mean that we have 2 points left here. I think 1 point in dodge would be rather neato, and 1 point in brawl is probably not bad as well. Because, as I said, unarmed basically, and combat feeding is absolutely a tactic you can go. Combat feeding is really, really nice. At least it was originally. Originally, when you're actually drinking blood and you're wounded, your wounds immediately heal, which is kind of awesome. And of course, your blood kind of restores, which means you can use more of your disciplines. However, somebody unwilling to let you embrace them is not going to sit still while you come closer to them, like ideas of character with full-on blood magic. Ah, the Tremere was it? Yeah, no, those are a bit special. I'm kind of tempted to go back and play one of those, but no, we're going to stay with this character, and we're going to give him a point in brawl and a point in dodge, because defense is it's never bad. And I think we're going to start off relatively focused on melee, because, well, this shit just really lends itself well to melee, if I had to take an educated guess here. And, well, without much further ado, but to be fair, focusing on melee exclusively is going to fuck you at some point, which is the fun part of it. As I said, I don't think we're going to get nearly far enough to that becoming a problem. Well, yeah, as I said, I think I played like this, a Ventru. I played like my third playthrough, because at first I tried actually playing with the Nosferatu, then I gave up on that, then I played, no, actually that's not true. The second one I tried to playing with a Gangrel, and that was my absolute melee build. He massively murdered everything that came his way in close quarters, no problem. And then you come, and then you find yourself going like, fuck. I'm interested. As I said, this mod is basically a combination of the unofficial unofficial patch, which basically helps with a lot of aspects and adds a lot of things, as you can see, stuff like that we now have a blood heal and a blood buff instead of just a blood buff that does everything for us. So maybe if we're actually focusing on melee, it will not be a problem. Maybe. I don't know. But if we're thinking of the same place, that would be interesting. Also, I don't know if this is true, but the guy who actually told me about this was like, there apparently are quests, of course, for for every clan, and apparently you can also somewhat engage with the Sabbat a bit more. I mean, he didn't outright tell me I could join them, but that would be an interesting option, playing a Sabbat vampire. That would be a very different playthrough, wouldn't it be? Well, enough fucking talking. Let's watch the fucking intro, because, well, it's fucking old and it's gonna be interesting. As I said, I somewhat deliberately did not read the complete instructions that came with this mod, because honestly I do like some surprises. Also, that means that we actually have to look around things, you know? It's not like I know where new quests are, I don't know where new NPCs are, I don't know anything specific. And that will allow us, of course, to engage with the game as it should be by exploring every last little corner and seeing what we can do. Because otherwise, if you're just playing the normal game and you have played through it a bit, I mean, it's been a few years, but I'm pretty sure I can navigate Santa Monica at least pretty fucking easily. If you go out of the pawn shop, the building right in front of you is basically the clinic. Next to it is the tattoo parlor. If you go all the way to the right, the first building basically on your right is then the building where Mercurio is. At the end is, oh yeah, Gimbal's Prosthetics is at the end of the main street you start out of. See, I know that, so I have no reason to actually explore again. But if I don't know if there's something hidden there, well, suddenly I do have a reason to go exploring, don't I? Very interesting. Okay, let's start this shit. Actually, did I? Yeah, I did prepare a pipe at some point. Very good of me. Auto level is off. Yes. Please don't decide what I am supposed to be leveling up game. Yes. See, especially if you played through a game multiple times, at some point you just go on autopilot. You know what you're doing, you know where you're going, you know what you need to do at some point, at any point, which makes it predictable, and that's kind of boring. Sure, you can play around with a build, but you're still going to do and go through the same motions again. However, if you can somewhat, get something new in there and you don't know what it is. There's also, I think, you can actually get off the Asian vampire when you fight him, because that's of course still part of the storyline with, oh yeah, that guy. It's going to be interesting to meet him. You can actually now get his sword, because that is something I always hated. You fight this motherfucker, and depending on your build, it's really a pain in the ass to fight him, and then you're finished, and he had an awesome crossbow and a sword, and you get shit, fuck, nothing. I always hated that. But apparently that is now fixed, you can get that. I'm very looking forward to that. Okay. Enough rambling, let's click the button. I started writing a book. Oh, that's interesting. Well, wouldn't be the first time I was asked to do that. So, sure, if once you feel comfortable with what's in it, go ahead. There's a reason, Emma. What reason? Have I impressed my sagacious weights on you or something? That looks awesome. Wait, 3 rounds? That's not bad. That adventurer has some stamina there. Going off the open condoms, that is. Light shaking there. Look at those graphics. I mean, I have a tendency to not be too judgmental to begin with. Yes, I forgot about that. It's one hell of a nice embrace, isn't it? Wakes up, goes like, yay!
Good evening. My fellow kindred. My apologies for disrupting any business or interfering.
The man with the most ironic name for a vampire.
It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all.
My.
They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death.
Oh no.
Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we
actually, it
must
reminds me.
adhere to
Even compared to some of the more modern games, these facial animations are actually not bad.
Lest we endanger all of our blood.
How do I put this a little bit over the top, kinda
let the penalty commence.
Acting basically in the face is actually working pretty damn well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny.
I mean, I had quite a few wool socks.
most
Actually, I'm
child
wearing
are doomed
not
to
wool
walk
socks at the
the
moment,
earth
but I
never knowing their
did wear
place,
some yesterday
their
or so.
responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore,
Yeah.
I have
Well,
decided
I repeat the point.
that,
It does
that
kind of work well. Ah, the anarchists. Ah, strategy. Welcome. You joined us at a good time, didn't you?
if Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live.
You have decided
They shall be
to
instructed
rejoin
in the ways of our
the
kind,
subscribers. Thank you very
and
much
be
for the
granted
strategy.
the same rights.
Thank you very much
Let no one
indeed.
say I am
Ain't welcome
unsympathetic
indeed.
to the plights and causes of this community.
Baby Shriek,
Thank
let's
you all for
go!
attending these
Let's
proceedings,
go indeed.
and I hope their significance is not lost.
Ah,
Good evening.
good evening indeed. And Nosferatu. Okay, that looks weird as fuck. Why would you have a Nosferatu do that particular job? Okay, fair enough, game, fair enough.
Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive.
Why does my guy
When
look
someone,
absolutely not convinced?
anyone breaks
He's
these
like,
laws, they undermine the well-known fabric of our centuries-old society.
Ah, this is going to be fun, isn't it?
Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity,
Yeah, no,
but the opportunity
obviously
to
not.
transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Such an asshole. He's not even expecting you to come back from that mission. It's
More
basically...
gold, Your Majesty!
Jesus fucking Christ. I came surprising. I started the end of the video. Fuck. Fuck indeed. Well, I mean, with that we have fulfilled this particular thing 3 hours before it was over. I actually forgot that it's running out today, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, thank you very much, strategy. With that, well, we're gonna have to indulge the Clash of 09 and its second part as well. In full, not just, brief look. We kind of have to play through that, and we're going to do this. I'm going to start with that the next 2 days, always assuming the internet holds. As, well, I don't know if I'm paid for it, so I have no excuse not to do it. And, well, actually, I already have one of those, don't I? Yes, because you already gave me one of those, didn't you? You're not a strategy, you. Okay. So I guess, well, tomorrow is, of course, a day off, so I guess we can technically, practically start tomorrow, I guess. Or depending on if, how enjoyable this one is, we're gonna play with. Yeah, I should have one of those on GOG already, so I guess I'm just gonna quickly grab the second one as well, and then I guess we're gonna start. See how that goes. It looked interesting enough and amusing enough, so we'll see. Click left to continue. Okay, that's... yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, this is how you're gonna play most of the game. You can actually, yes, you can go in third person, and for melee, that is usually how it's gonna be. As you all know, I'm not too good with the this particular ego perspective. It usually has a tendency to make me rather sick, but well, we're gonna try our best. For the moment, let me take a moment to see my key bindings to see if everything is actually working. Is there anything in here? It's good. It's a 5. Yes. It's a 9. That's something I can absolutely work with. Anything else? No. Also, I do love old games. Volume options. You have 1. You would assume that, even fucking RPG Maker games nowadays come with options for voices, for the BGM, for, random sound effects, for clicking shit. No. This game is so fucking old. You get 1 single thing for everything. Amazing, isn't it? I have a day off on New Year's. And yeah, I don't know, the first of the New Year's is an off day. And since after that, I don't know when I will get, well, into the working man's burden again. I would say there's really no good reason for me to not try to get things done that I've been paid for immediately. That would be rather stupid of me. So, assuming we're not getting really lost in Vampire, the Masquerade, with the Clan Quest mod, and we want to play this for 2 days in a row, which, mind you, could happen, but as I said, you know, since I don't know how long I'll be around today, I just wanted something a little bit special to play around with, and this is ideal for that, after all, I would say. I mean, it's not like I'm, you know, going to immediately start working on the 2nd of the new year, because, well, first I have to, you know, get an appointment, then they have to, you know, take in all my data, we need to talk about where and how, and I can work, should work, you know, if there's any illness or stuff that would keep me from doing that, and once all of that is figured out, which usually takes like a week or two, depending on how fast they want to work, you know, a week or two until you get an appointment, and after that another week or two until you get offers that you're not allowed to refuse, obviously, and going from there. So we should have more than enough time to play through some, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, visual novel kind of thing. We should be able to squeeze it in. Always kind of depending on the internet working, to be fair, because that is the one choke point I basically have. I mean, listen, I came back on late on the 26th. Ever since then, my internet was an unstable mess at the best of times. But hey, I just decided to work today. Look, doesn't that look nice? Now then, let's see if we're still getting what I'm supposing we're going to happen. Yes, we do. Ah, Jack. Ah.
Just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that?
I was really a guy who takes his jokes very seriously, I have you know.
So, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Who the fuck are you? It's a good start, isn't it?
I'm Jack.
Yes, you are.
What's important is I'm
And Jack loves his jokes.
You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
I mean, as you said, basically, a naked baby in the woods, so yeah, some introductions would be nice. Also, it's been a while since I played this, at least a few years, so it wouldn't really hurt to get, you know, a refresher. Fresher indeed. Sure, I could use the help.
Alright. Why don't we, step out back here?
Like it wham! I sleep out of this theater. Which is a fair point. I also wouldn't like to spend more time in there. And I guess my sire is kind of my daddy. Although in this case it's my mother, isn't it? My mommy's corpse is still pretty damn fresh in there, so... fresh air, good thing.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least. You know, could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
I went precisely where I supposed to be getting a drink. There weren't offering in there. A pretty bad theater if you think about it. Drink of what?
Oh man, we're popping a cherry here. You're gonna love
Jack.
this. Alright, check it out.
Jack indeed.
It's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, your new fucking heroin, kid.
Nice.
Get ready though, cause hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
Once again, I must point out, you know, compared to some of the facial expressions I see in more modern games, this shit works pretty fucking well. I once again want to point this out, considering how fucking old this is. This conveys a lot more in the way of emotion than some of the more modern shit does. But yes, let's finalize my thought process. So, if nothing else happens, then tomorrow, probably around midday to afternoon, because I'm gonna do the usual tour in the morning that I always do on the new year. We're gonna sit down and engage with a visual novel. Oh well, it claims to be not so, but it looks like one, so I'm gonna call it like that until I'm proven, you know, wrong, which is good thing. That is basically your advance warning little strategy, so keep that in mind. Unless you are specifically going to tell me that tomorrow you're not available, in which case we can reschedule, of course, since you pretty much just paid for that. It would be kind of mean to, you know, do it without you. That's not my intent. And since, as I said, I still have probably at least a few days before things start getting a little bit more serious, do let me know if what works best for you. Fair enough. Strategy. But yes, do let me know. I mean, you're on the Discord and you're here already, so if you have a date that you prefer, just tell me. Well then, back to being a vampire. What do I do and how do I do it, you know?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
That love is worth gold. So, how do I do this? Tell me.
You go down there casually, right? You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed.
Okay.
Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Yeah. So, that's actually a good question. Won't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid.
Fair enough.
Don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
That's actually rather important. Yes, because that would, since he is an innocent, that would actually drain my humanity. Ah, my blood pool. Okay, over time your blood will drop to keep you going. Too slow, you need to refill it. Yes. Because if you let this go down, you're actually more likely to frenzy, don't you? Well, time to have a snack. Actually, I'm pretty sure I tried this out once, but you can, technically speaking, just drain him dry, and Jack does not like that, for obvious reasons. Feeding on humans fills your blood pool. To feed, approach your victim and press the feed key. Now, the good thing is, so long as they're not resisting, feeding is usually an automatic success, which is great. Hello, sir. Nice night we're having. Can I get some snack time? Yes, very nice of you. But yeah, for the most part, you should make sure that you're not draining them dry. It is doing rather horrible things to your humanity, which you kind of would like to avoid for the most part. Mostly because the most annoying game mechanic that is directly bound to your humanity and your blood pool is, of course, the fucking frenzy state, and frenzying all the time gets really annoying. Especially the main reason why you do it for game purposes.
Yeah.
Apart from that, things are pretty
Hell
okay.
yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you.
Yes.
That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
Great. And do I get my cape? Do I get to pick the color?
Alright now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass,
Yes.
feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Yeah.
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still, a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
I'm going to live forever.
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Shove it right up their ass. A steak? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Yeah, pretty simple rules. Don't get shot in the head by, well, the 12th Gorge. Yeah, it's understandable. Don't step into fire. Well, that's deadly for humans as well, so that's easy enough to remember. And avoid sunlight like the plague. Considering how fucking pale I am normally, yeah, I'm pretty good at that. Avoiding the sunlight thing.
Okay, now.
Pretty sure we can do this.
The fuck is this?
Dodge. Dodge. Dodge.
You get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up in a bit.
Ah, tutorial level. Use icon. Use icon to open door. Jump up fucking boxes. Oh, damn it. How's it going to get? Or to take some getting used to again. Yeah. Did you know that your feats are a combination of your stats, which kind of gives you a numerical value for how good you are at different things? It's a guess game. You and every other game.
Come down here. Stay away from the window.
Okay.
Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. The Sabbat, they're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later.
Yeah, you thought so.
The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
Yeah, fair enough. Ciao.
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
Prince, you say? What's the prince? The prince of then?
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they're hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
Fair enough. What am I supposed to do then?
Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away.
Ah, Shabbat. Oh yeah, that's particular. Nasty motherfucker. That's loud. That's really loud. Also the muzzle flashes were maybe a bit too much in the gun there, but oh well.
Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it indeed. Quest log, yay! Yep. Thanks game. I do remember that. Ah, yeah. Those black manicured fingers. I remember that. Oh.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
It's like, well, you know, you could have gone through the window, but I mean, you know. Well, I know how to handle myself, of course.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Wait, still got a list of people from my school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
There's actually a good reason for the masquerade, obviously. I mean, there aren't really that many vampires, and there are vampire hunters, so you kind of would probably like to fly under the radar for the most part. After all, you know, the larger part of humanity becomes aware of the wolf in sheep's clothing, quite literally. Yeah, I'm pretty sure vampires would go extinct pretty fucking quick. Or at least it is one way it could play out. I mean, if you're going a bit more along the lines of the Sabbat, then they're like, well, I mean, you know, we're tougher, we're better. That could do quite a lot of damage. The question is if they could do enough damage to actually, you know, turn the tables on all of humanity, which is... would be a pretty damn bold claim to make. But yeah, I get the idea, you know, stay hidden. Don't let the humans find out we're vampires. It's understandable.
Secret, and you make things easier on all of us.
I mean, even the anarchists agree on that part, and the masquerade as a whole. They just don't like the Camarilla very much.
Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
I mean, I can kinda agree with the point of somewhat controlling how many vampires get created or not. For multiple reasons, actually. I mean, there's the whole thing that there's quite a lot of sin-blooded individuals around, and that is something that makes vampires very, very nervous. You know, not taking any chances in creating more of those is probably not a bad idea. And on the other hand, more vampires means that you will have a far larger amount of blood that is going to be needed to feed said vampires. And, well, I mean, once they are vampires, they're not going to be like, yeah, sure, euthanize me, please, because, well, we are now too much for this particular city. No, they're going to fucking spread like the plague, aren't they? Yeah, let's not call the Camarilla the good guys right to Jack's face, because I'm pretty sure he's going to disagree. But, you know, the Ardax, which must be faction that Jack is part of, I don't really agree with the Camarilla on many things, including the whole, you know, controlled offspring kind of thing. But at least they're smart enough to understand that the masquerade in and of itself is actually a good thing for vampire kind. Very different from the Sabbat in that particular regard, because the Sabbat would very much like to enjoy some dumpster juggling and outrunning the 815 from Sacramento. I see.
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little. You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay. And that means what?
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'm pretty sure I know where. I'll find it. Area indicator. Very important, that. Combat area. Like this one, you can do whatever the fuck you want and nobody's going to care. Even if you drink somebody dry normally. Unless it's an innocent, in which case we're still caring, at least humanity-wise. Masquerade area, don't do anything that is, you know, vampire is, because, well, not good. And Elysium, which is a bit of a pain in the ass because it's areas where you can't use your disciplines and shit. Well, I mean, except the blood buff for lockpicking, as the game so nicely tells you. Yes, because we do have a masquerade thingy here, which you can break. I'm pretty sure this is one of the nice things. Now we have to do this the good old-fashioned way. We actually have to save. What was it again? Let's see if I can do this from memory. Was it? Yes, it fucking was. It's actually on. It's written on the thing next above the save. That there. But well, you know, I've done this particular part quite a few times at this point, so you know, not that hard to remember. There was a point where I remembered even more passwords, but I don't any longer, which is why I want some hacking so I can actually get it. Well, enough. I'll be on my fucking way. Inventory. Your wallet. Your wallet is empty, baby. You're so broke you can't even afford to pay attention. Enough, I say. We have no weapons, nothing, and we have no armor. Yes. That too is fair. Now then, time to be on our merry way. Those muzzle flashes, though. Now, animations aren't actually that bad, all things considered. I'm impressed, actually. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Aggravated damage. That's a pain in the ass because it really takes far too long to fucking heal. But, you know, most normal wounds, like the gunshots, are not really that much of a problem for a vampire.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabbat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
I should say so. It's the difference, blood's blood. It's actually not, no.
Now, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the
Oh yeah, that reminds me, we are eventual. That means we can't feed off rats, can we? Ah, shit.
Red human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff.
Yes.
But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
If you say so.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Now, let's say you get a little overzealous. What happens then?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
The beast. What exactly does that mean?
The beast, it's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
It is true. So I can't kill anyone. Seems a little restricting.
I said innocent humans.
Indeed.
If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
I believe it. I get it, I get it.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
That is indeed true. Got it.
Alright, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to throw up, aren't I? It's actually one of the special characteristics, yes, that's the word, of the Ventru, that A, they cannot get any blood points from, eating rats, and B, they have a tendency to throw up low-quality blood. So if you try to feed on a hobo, you have a pretty good chance to just vomit up all the blood you just took in. Because, well, the fucking Ventru, as I said, they are kind of born with the reborn. And they still have a silver spoon up their ass. And that silver spoon is never going to come out. I can tell you that much. Yes, I know. Don't do this. Also, the problem, since you technically speaking, well, as a game mechanic, can frenzy literally in the middle of a fucking town, square full of people, it becomes very easy to break the masquerade, and you kind of would like to avoid that. So eventually you have, there's that. If you feed on bums or prostitutes, you stand the chance of vomiting up all the blood that you drain from them. Which is a pain in the ass, because technically speaking, prostitutes are a very good blood source. Especially if you get your seduction a bit high, because once you're smacksy enough, you can basically convince any and every prostitute you find in this game, there are quite a few of them, to basically sleep with you for free. Well, that's what they think they are going to do. You are just going to fucking drain the evolving shit out of them and then go like, yeah, that's tasty. However, not so much if you immediately turn around and vomit up all the blood you just took in. Bit of a pain in the ass of being a Ventru. These upper crust cunts, I tell ya. Why did I choose them? I should have checked the Blood Mage. Well, I'm a bit too late for that now. But I do like the combination of, presence and fortitude, because that's actually kind of neat too. Well, for melee, that is. Drain you. Also, in the time we took talking, we're basically already healed. I have a distinct feeling that ever since I installed this, this is getting a lot slower in the healing department, don't I? Also don't get health back by just feeding, do I?
Not quite as good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding?
Well, I look like a Nosferatu to you, Jack.
Stomach that kind of thing. Ugh.
My clan won't live on something as dirty as red blood.
Just couldn't bear it, huh? It's okay. Polite kindred society looks down on that kind of thing anyway.
For good reason, I'd say. Can see why, I'm not down with run myself.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
Just one guy?
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range.
Fair enough.
You're gonna have to sneak past.
Ooh, yes. Actually, sneaking... I mean, it's an old game, it's gonna be a weird system, but it is a system, and you can actually build a rather interesting sneaky builds, if you want to.
I'll meet you inside. Just stay low.
Makes sense if you're playing a fucking Nosferatu, for example.
Let him see you.
Because in which case you will have to sneak every single time you leave your fucking sewers. Because for some reason people look at a Nosferatu and go like, wow, that's strange, isn't it? A bit too much for most humans to handle. I'll do my best. See you in a minute.
Alright, go.
Okay. I don't think we have any points in sneaking at the moment. God. Is it still the case that you get more XP if you actually manage to sneak through the warehouse later? If that is still the case, I would have to try to sneak through there, don't I? Ooh, it's not gonna be fun. Was never any fun.